My website is jasonbirdspreacher.com, and I'm here on honeymoon with my dear wife Dorcas, and she's just kindly filming. Just wanted to share a little thought in 2 Corinthians chapter 4 verse 7. It says, "But we have this treasure in jars of clay to show that all surpassing power is from God, not from us. We are hard pressed on every side, but not crushed, perplexed, but not in despair, persecuted, but not abandoned, struck down, but not destroyed. We always carry around in our body the death of Jesus, so that the life of Jesus may also be revealed in our body." And just to say that if you're really preaching the gospel, as in 1 Corinthians chapter 1, where Paul says we preach Christ crucified, if we're really preaching the gospel, where in 2 Corinthians chapter 4, it talks about, therefore, verse 1, "Since through God's mercy we have this ministry, do not lose heart. Rather we have renounced secret and shameful ways. We do not use deception, nor do we distort the word of God. On the contrary, by setting forth the truth plainly, we command ourselves to every man's conscience in the sight of God. Even our gospel is veiled." And he says, verse 5, "For we do not preach ourselves, but Jesus Christ as Lord, and ourselves as your servants for Jesus' sake." So Paul was dedicated to the lifting up of Christ, preaching the gospel, and serving the Lord. And you know, it's not going to be easy. You'll get persecuted for that. There'll be a persecution, and it won't be easy. That preaching the true gospel, it will never be easy. There will always be persecution. But take heart that God is with you. But don't compromise. Don't get into this health and wealth thing and all think about money all the time, or being a big man in Africa or in UK. But focus more about preaching Christ and lifting him up and preaching the gospel that he died and rose again. Think about that. And when you do, as you live for God, you'll experience persecution. Adonai Judson, a missionary, went from America to Burma, and he was put in prison for 2 years, and he nearly had a nervous breakdown. One of his wives died on mission field. Another with his child who died. Another missionary friend of his, they were on a ship, and his wife and children died. This is the cost for the gospel. And if we give our hearts to Jesus, there's a cost involved in sharing the gospel. That is the cost of giving our lives. So don't be discouraged. Don't be down. It's not easy. But this is the truth. And it's worth preaching. Christ crucified. There's no other message on earth that we should be preaching. For God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son, that whoever believes on him shall not perish, but have everlasting life. This is the gospel that we need to be preaching. And my friends, when you preach it, you will be persecuted. You will be persecuted. Mark my words. You will not be popular, but you'll be blessed in Jesus.